How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. So in this video, as you saw in the thumbnail, I'm going to talk about the axe and why I do not and will not carry it in my bug out bag or my get home bag. So pretty bold statement, but this is personally for me. I'm not telling you you have to do this. I'm just going to explain my reasonings behind it and maybe give you all some ideas on thinking about it, maybe solidify why you keep an axe, or maybe have some thoughts and, wow, maybe I should look into something different. That's the whole mindset of this. So I'm going to explain my version, or METTC for personally me, for all of this. So over the years, everyone has called me crazy for not carrying one. They're like, where's your axe? You have to add one. It has to be in there. It's like an important tool that does all this stuff, and you need to have it. I disagree. Mainly because of the weight. Now, I understand it has a ton of different uses, and different environments will need different tools. The environment and the premise behind my bag, I will not carry this. And mainly because this bag, or my bug out bag, is designed, one, to either get me home from a location, so it's a get home bag from where I am now, say 150 miles, away from my home, pretty much in the backcountry, but I'm going from one point and I'm going home. This bag will sustain me for about 10 days or, 130 to 150 miles. With that mindset, I am not setting up camp. I am not, like, in a way, gonna walk a couple days and then build a log cabin, or cut down a bunch of wood and stay there. This bag is meant for traversing very quickly from point A to point B in a get home scenario. And now traversing into the bug out bag, it's the same thing, you're just changing up your destination. I am at home with my bug out bag and I have to get to my bug out location. My bug out location already has tools like this, including chisels and all types of other stuff, woodworking tools to assist me when I get there. So I am not, again, setting up camp along the way for a long-term situation. That is my premise, and that's why I do not carry an axe, because it's just extra weight. Next, it is extremely loud. If you ever heard someone trying to cut down a tree or some limbs or something like that, and you're at a campsite, you're like, wow, that's kind of loud and annoying, and sound travels, especially that impact sound of this swinging into, a solid tree or other wood media. That sound travels. Now, especially if you are in an environment that might be hostile or slightly hostile, or maybe it's not, and you just don't want to alert anybody. You don't want to let people know that you're in the area. This is going to give away your position very easily. So what I go with is a saw, a Bahco Laplander. Now, there's specific reasons why I chose this as well, but this in general is extremely lightweight. Now, the Bahco Laplander, why I chose this over silky saws and stuff like that, for this size, this is the lightest saw on the market when it comes to weight. I'm very particular about weight in my kit. Try to bring it down as much as I can. But the capabilities of this is very nice. It's foldable, of course, but also that sound of when you're actually utilizing it, the saw sound does not carry nearly as far as an impact. It is just kind of a small buzzing, and it probably won't even get out of your reasonable area, if I could actually speak today. But maybe a couple hundred yards, not even, especially if you're around a stream or something like that. This sound of cutting is going to be covered up very easily. And that's why I pretty much go to this. Because like I said, my main mindset isn't to set up a cabin and live there in the middle of nowhere. I have plans in place. If you have plans in place and you have this in your bug out bag, take a hard look. Why do you really need it? Now, I get it, different environments. Let's talk about that. Now, for the environment I'm in, I'm not gonna carry this. But in different scenarios, if you're up in northern Canada and it's crazy snow, I know people do not leave at all without an axe. That is a requirement. And that is based upon your personal METTC or your mission. What is your premise behind your bag? And you need to find that out. Like, why do you carry the tools that you do? Are you just copying people on YouTube because they have an axe and you're like, well, that's the first thing I got to do is put in an axe? do you really need it just because the other guy has it? Personally, I'm just giving you things to think about. I have decided not to carry it for years because it doesn't really work with my system. And this is just to give you, like I said again, ideas to solidify why you carry an axe, or maybe to think about taking it out. So that's pretty much the reason I do it, is weight and sound, and my mission behind my bag doesn't require an axe. I am going to get to my location that has one. So if you guys like this kind of stuff and like kind of the real world aspect reviews, at least real world for me, I'm just explaining what I've done and learned from my personal situation, definitely hit like and subscribe. It massively helps out. Even commenting just something like, hey, I've carried an axe, and no, I haven't, or I always will, that's fine. Y'all are gonna find what works for you. And if you wanna continue carrying this, absolutely go for it. Justify it, you know, have the reason. And that's fine with me, because everybody's situation is different. So like I said, like, subscribe. Patreon, if you would like to become a member, I always get into the Patreon so much, you know, quicker. They're on my priority list pretty much. Patreon's like commenting, talking to them, asking questions. Heck, I even asked like, hey, what videos do you want me to release next? They have pretty much the call in what I release to YouTube, and they get to see it way early, and I show them progress and stuff. If you're interested in that, I'll leave a link in the description box. PayPal as well if you don't want to be a part of that. But if you don't want to donate, that's fine too. Like and subscribe, and just keep enjoying the content. I greatly appreciate it. So other than that, I'm not carrying an axe, but I hope y'all have a great day.